So before the revolution, we were under the dictatorship of Ben Ali regime, but of course he was not alone. He was with his wife's family. So what kind of dictatorship we were under? This dictatorship, of course, was violating the freedom of expression, freedom of thinking, freedom of even practicing the religion. For example, women were not allowed to wear the scarf, for example, and the men were not allowed to go every day to the mosque to pray, for example. And people were also deprived of their right even to live sometimes. Because there was centralization, and so the other regions of the country were neglected. And even, for example, if they make an industry, they make it there. We have a very big problem of pollution in Gabus with many things like water, phosphogyps, many things. Also, the right to work was also violated. Like, we have a very high percent of unemployment, even for people with high degrees in university. The right to equality, the right, like everything. It was a it was a very strong regime that privileges the regime and, of course, not the population.
And how could a revolution be possible in Tunisia?
How it could be possible? Yeah. So, yes, here the middle-aged people maybe didn't believe in it at the beginning, and young people, and so for the middle-aged people, they are the less experienced and they don't know about the situation. They believed in it because they have this, they still dream, of course. So they were believing in it. But how it started? So there was a person, he was selling fruit and vegetables. He was selling, but without authorization in the street. So a policewoman came to him and told him that he was not allowed. So there were details about what happened, but what we know is that he burned himself in front of people, and he was taken to the hospital, and then he died in few days. And there in this region, it's in the south of Tunisia, people really feel about each other, and so at the beginning it started like that. They went to the street shouting and requesting their rights, their right to work, because if he works without authorization, it's also because the opportunity is not there for him to work as well. So, and then it went viral with Facebook, and it was out of control of the regime. Nobody was sure that it will succeed, and even the president, in 1 month he went, like after 1 month of movement, he went, but he was planning to come back, but he did not. And finally, like middle-aged or old people, we have this picture. It's not of course the real one. We have also middle-aged people and experienced people that participated in the revolution, but the young people were really believing in it, and they took a big part of it. And that happened, and it's still happening, of course.
And what is your role in this revolution?
My role? No, my role is as any other citizen. Like in the month of December of 2011, I started to see what's happening. We started to organize something in our high school. We wanted to go and also reclaim our rights as well. We were convinced and more angry because people were killed also. So I took part, like everyone, maybe less than other people, I don't know. I believed in it. I was not allowed to go to all the movements organized because of also family control. yeah, that's it. But it's still happening, and I see myself as any other active citizen who wants to improve things. Of course, I'm still participating through organization, through human rights activism, through like as any other citizen I see.
Oh, can you describe the current situation?
Uh-huh. Current situation. Okay. I would say that, of course, now everything tastes better because we have this, we have this freedom in the air. We can talk, we can act for the change. I mean, we can see that everything is possible now. But before, even if you want to change, you have many, many barriers. Now we still have barriers, of course, of corruption, of any other barriers, social barriers, any like many types of barriers. But now we can act. You can go and make your own association. You can go and make I don't know, if you want to be a politician, you can. We vote in a democratic way. This is the positive side, of course. Of course, there is negative side because, as I said, the revolution does not happen one day and everything will change. It's still changing, and this is natural, I think. And we now face some economical crisis, also social crisis. Even the political how to say, competition created some extremist perceptions, even like for politics or for religion. Also, like extremist, for example, extremist religious people and extremists religionophobe people. So we have this kind of maybe new kind of intolerance somehow in some kinds. Economically, we are still struggling a lot. Like in many levels, economy is not really going well at all. And how to say, security versus freedom. This is also a big question now. There is a code that say if you prefer your security to your freedom, you don't deserve neither this neither the other one. So I believe that we should take care of our freedom. Now everywhere in the world, people are sacrificing more and more freedom for more security. But you know, it's circle. Like this will lead to dictatorship in many countries in the world. And we can see as well, like politics are changing everywhere because of this, because of security issues. So people, I think it's a danger that people are more and more, how to say, they feel okay to sacrifice their freedom everywhere now. Like maybe a few years ago, no one would have imagined himself letting people looking at at his bag, or I don't know, or letting cameras filming him everywhere or something. So our even freedom of privacy is not really freedom of privacy anymore. We have also this problem. We faced some problem of security, but I think recently it went well. Like we didn't have some like we didn't have this kind of how to say, like dangerous actions that happen. Of course, they happen like small things, and we cannot consider them small because they are also human beings. And this this security issue is also affecting some other rights and freedom. For example, the freedom of association is also affected. Like there are associations that the government, or how to say, they were suspicious about their financial origins, so they closed them without any without any really now illegally closed just because of security issues, and now also not all the associations are allowed to be associations because of the same maybe reasons or not. So I see, if we are going in this way, I just see a dark way. I think that we need to stop that and just follow the real way that we wanted to create. From the other side, this security issue also is affecting tourism, but it's everywhere maybe. But the picture about Tunisia that is in the media is saying that maybe it's not safe to be there, and our economy relies a lot on the tourism. And if tourism is affected, also our economy is affected. So if people really think they want to support Tunisia, they can come as tourists and they will test it. It's really safe. Like getting the Nobel Peace Prize last year, maybe it doesn't represent much, but it also means that we were very close to a chaotic crisis, and we just saved the country, and we are now living in peace. I am here in Estonia. I don't know. I'm really not afraid of living there and coming back. It's really safe for me and for others.
So you are inviting us to go to Tunisia?
Just come. Well, you are welcome. I will try to be your guide, maybe. I will, and you will see. I mean, you can never judge something without trying. If you try it, you will see that it's really peaceful. And you can choose if you want to be on the seaside, the desert, Sahara, or in the mountains, or in three of them.
You are a student of medical faculty, yes, of the university, and how do you see your future? What do you think about your future?
If I'm going to talk about my personal future or my future as any medical student, like, it depends, because I will talk about any medical student future. So we are also changing the program of medical studies, etc. How I see my future. Okay, so the doctor life is not easy. It's everywhere, of course. But our healthcare situation is also struggling. The situation in the hospitals, of course, is struggling. So all the medical students, all the doctors are a little bit not satisfied with that situation. Also people, of course, because it affects the quality of health, and it's not the fault of doctors or the fault of population, of course. It's just the fault of the budget and how to manage the budget, how also hospitals are centralized just in the center, in the capital. Other hospitals are a little bit neglected, so not equipped with the needed tools to really give health which is how to offer health
assistance,
for
qualified
people,
assistance.
So how I see my future as medical student is like any other maybe field. It's really not easy at all. For a medical student, it's a long way as well. So it's not that easy. We should sacrifice, we should struggle, but it's like that. But if I'm talking about my personal perspective, for me, I'm open for any, opportunities. Maybe I can continue with medical studies. Maybe not. Maybe I change. Maybe I don't know. So I'm open. I will rely on things that will happen to me to decide with me, to help me decide about my future. I don't see a medical student future or any other future dark at all. I see that it can really be a good one for everyone. But if we are just really unified for a better life for everyone. If I have to say, the solution for me will rely on controlling system, a real controlling system that controls the fisc, that controls security system that controls everyone working I don't know how many minutes in the day, because people are not really working hard for a better future and just complaining. But it's a circle also. So if people are not getting their rights, of course they will complain and they will not work. And if they will not work, it will affect economy. And if it will affect economy, they cannot have better situation. So it's a circle. We need to stay on a common table. It worked for the national dialogue, or maybe not for some, but it can work if we are all on the same table. We listen to each other and we try to find common solution. We give from ourselves and we will take, and this will be the new social contract, the real social contract that we can build together with the country or the government or the state, the state that we believe in, to protect us. Yes, that's it.
Thank you so much for this interesting speech, and I wish you all the best and great success. And I believe in your future. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity maybe to talk and for asking me these questions. Yes, thank you very much.